Today we will be reading the book called My Inside Weather, written by Jen Thorpe, illustrated by Lara Berg and Emma Beckett. I will then read the story to the class and have a discussion afterwards, asking them questions about the story. Questions like, what does it mean to have inside weather? Who are the characters in the book? And what outside weather was displayed in the book? Did the outside weather match the girls' inside weather? Or have you ever felt a time where you felt sunny or stormy inside? Tell me what happened. Or how do you think talking to someone could change your inside weather? What words did the characters use to describe their feelings? Do you know of any other words to describe inside weather? What do you think the author was trying to tell us from this story? And if you were a friend of the character with a stormy inside weather, what would you say to try and help them? Now, can you tell me what a dialogue is? A dialogue is when two or more people have a conversation. So, when two people are talking, they are having a dialogue.
Okay.
Let's have a look at what a dialogue looks like. So, as you can see here on the right hand side, we have a template of a dialogue. We have a title, then we have our characters. Do you notice how each character's line is on a new line? After the person's name, we will put the person's name here, after is two dots. These two dots are called a colon. Say colon for me. Good. Now, let's have a look on the left hand side with our final product of a dialogue. We have our title and we have our characters' names. Here we have Kaya and Nina. Each character will say a full sentence. Remember, full sentences start with a capital letter and end with either a full stop, a question mark or an exclamation mark. Do you notice how the characters' lines, they are taking turns in speaking? So first it is Kaya, then it is Nina, then it's Kaya, and then Nina again, all the way till the end. So, shall we read the dialogue? My inside weather. Kaya says, there is a big storm today. Nina says, it looks sunny and partly cloudy to me. Kaya says, it is sunny outside, but rainy inside me. Nina says, why do you have a big storm inside you, Kaya? Kaya replies, I feel angry. You won't understand why. Nina says, let's talk about it. It will help the storm go away. And then we have a nice little picture of the inside weather and outside weather that was explained in our dialogue. Now that we have read the story My Inside Weather and you know what a dialogue looks like, it comes to your task. In your task, you need to take the story and make it into a dialogue. Your dialogue needs to have two characters and they need to talk about their inside weather. And it shows how they deal with their emotions. In your dialogue, you need to have at least 6 lines. Each line should have a full sentence. Your dialogue also needs to have verbs, nouns, adjectives, prepositions, and correct punctuation. To help you write your dialogue, I've given you some hints. You will be using a mind map to help you write. So let's have a look. What do we need? The title of my dialogue. You will put your dialogue's title in here. You will then need to think about what 2 characters you are going to have and their names. You will then need to explain what outside weather is happening in your dialogue, as well as the inside weather. Your inside weather, remember, it shows the feeling, the emotion. So, for your inside weather, you need to explain what the emotion is being felt and what to do to make you feel better about that emotion. Now let's not forget, a verb is a doing word, an action word, like running. A noun, there are lots of nouns, 3 types of nouns. We have a common noun, which could be a person, place or thing. Then we have a proper noun, which are people's names. Remember, they start with a capital letter. And then we also have pronouns. Pronouns are other words to replace someone's name, like he or she. Then, an adjective. An adjective is a word that describes a noun. A preposition. A preposition is a word that tells us where something is compared to another object. Now let's go through different types of weather and different types of emotions. For weather, we have sunny, rainy, stormy, partly cloudy. It means there's only a few clouds. Cloudy, rainbow, snowy, windy, and foggy. And for emotions, there are many, many, many emotions. We have happy, sad, angry, surprised, scared, excited, calm, tired, worried, nervous, silly, confused, proud, relaxed, and sick. Now that we have all the information that we need for our task, I want you to pair up and talk about what you think you are going to put in your dialogue. Day 2, the pre-writing stage. Remind the students on what the task is and its requirements, and give them a little bit extra time to discuss what they were talking about yesterday. To help us write our dialogues, we need to draw a mind map and fill it in. We need to fill in the title of our dialogues, the 2 characters, the outside weather, the inside weather, the emotion being felt, and what they did to feel better about the emotions. So, in my mind map for my dialogue, my title will be My Inside Weather. My characters are Kaya and Nina. The weather outside is sunny and partly cloudy. There's a big storm and rainy for my inside weather. But the emotion is angry. And my characters will talk to make the storm go away. For your dialogue, you also need to make your own word wall. You will need a preposition, an emotion, types of weather, pronoun, and verbs. So, for my dialogue, I had outside and inside. My emotion was angry. My types of weather were storm, rainy, sunny, and partly cloudy. My pronouns were me, you, I, and it. And my verbs were talk and feel. All the words that you put in your word wall need to be in your final dialogue. Day 3. Phase 2 of writing, drafts and self-evaluation. Now that you have written your mind maps and filled in your word walls, today you will be writing your first draft of your dialogue. Before you write your first draft, can you remember something from the book? And what does a dialogue need? Now that you have finished writing your first draft of your dialogue, you need to do a self-evaluation checklist. First, you need to put your name. These are the items to check. Here, in this block, you need to say, yes, I've done it, or no, I haven't done it. And put a tip for yourself, maybe like add a full stop. So, let's see. Does my dialogue have a title? Does my dialogue have 2 characters? Does my dialogue have 6 lines in it? Is inside and outside weather talked about? Does my dialogue have an emotion in it? Do my characters talk about what to do with their emotions? Does my dialogue have a preposition in it? Does it have a verb in it? Does it have a pronoun in it? Did I put the colons after the characters' names? Does each line of my dialogue start with a capital letter? And do I have correct punctuation and spelling? Lesson 4, Phase 3 of writing, new text production and peer evaluation. So, children, I want you to collect all your things. I want you to collect your mind map, your word wall, your first draft, and your self-evaluation checklist. Using all those things, you are going to write your second draft of your dialogue by looking at your feedback and making edits and changing things to make your dialogue better. With your second draft, now that it's written and it's done, all your improvements have been made with punctuation and spelling, you are going to do a peer evaluation checklist. So you're going to give your dialogue to your neighbor and they are going to fill in a checklist based on your dialogue. It looks exactly the same as your self-evaluation checklist, except it says, does my friend's dialogue have a title? Does my friend, does my friend? Lesson 5, Phase 4, revising, proofing and making your final draft of your dialogue. So, collect all your things again this time plus your peer evaluation checklist. You are going to write your final dialogue. It will look something like this. Remember to use your structure of your dialogue correctly. Make sure you use all the prompts and all the words from your word wall. Do correct spelling and correct punctuation. And at the end of your final product, I want you to draw a picture of your inside weather and your outside weather.